What is up, everybody? Muffin Top got his stuff and then some. Stimulate the economy 101, baby. Uh, how y'all doing? I ran into somebody while I was over here, and now I have to install a dishwasher sometime this weekend, so that'll be fun. But that's okay. You got to help people out, right? And when you know how to do that, that's a good thing. When you know how to do stuff. When you're a handy guy, you get called all the time, right? They're like, "Oh, hey, you're building stuff. Justin B, thanks for letting me know you got notified, my guy." Sassy7 back again. Yeah, we yeah, I went and got all this wood and they cut it for me, which saved me some time, which was sick. Um, that worked out pretty good. They actually had what I needed over here, and ran into somebody else, and they're like, "Oh yeah, my dishwasher's having this problem." So I asked them a couple things, kind of ran through it. I don't know. Without looking at it, it's kind of hard telling what's going on with it, but they're on the look for a new dishwasher. They're like, "Well, can you put that in?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." So now I got to put in a dishwasher one of these days. So that'll be fun for Muffin Top, but that's all right. Being a handy guy is good, right? Got two watching. We got a small little drive back before Muffin Top works on some more crap. See how y'all are doing. I want to get a couple ideas. I'm doing a chat tonight. I think still with Duke Liberty will be the guest of honor on the Muffin Top Network. I got a couple ideas, but I was going to reach out for an idea / maybe question from the chat. So if you guys have a cool question you think you want to ask Duke Liberty and Muffin Top and the usual co-host, probably have Lawfully Armed and Pat Wright if we can. If not, we'll find a filler or two. So Muffin Top is on the move and mobile and working and always working on the days off. Made $40 fixing someone's car in a parking lot this morning. They're under plastic and their car was hanging. Oh, nice. Paid you $40 for that? You're the man, Justin B. Yeah. I had that one time and I just took out my deer saw and cut it off for him and said, "You need a new one," because it was shredded. It's like, yeah, go ahead and order a new one. You'll be fine. Don't go off-roading. That's some redneck stuff right there. How y'all doing? Anybody have issues with the weather where they're at? We had some freezing rain and snow last night. Nothing accumulated too much, but that's what I did. Cut it in half and fixed half. Yeah. Yes, sir. Sometimes a little bit of redneck ingenuity, right? I've seen one that some dude drilled holes into. It like cracked in the middle, and it cracked like a weird long ways crack on their truck. And they drilled holes in it, and they put zip ties in it, and then they put JB Weld down it. I'm like, well, you did more to that thing than I would. I would have just bought another one. But yeah, Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Muffin Top doesn't go out and drink and stuff. So, oh shoot, I don't know if Duke took that into account. Whoops. I don't know if him and his old lady got anything going, but now me and the Muffin Top family pretty much just hangs out at home. We'll probably try and watch a movie with the boy. He's starting to kind of be interested in movies. He likes Monsters Inc. and Toy Story and Shrek right now. So we'll probably end up sitting down and watching one of those, which is fine by us. Muffin Top and the wife, we love Toy Story, so we got no complaints there. Don't need to be going out and getting dumb on anything. And then doing my chat tonight. Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday? Yeah. Muffin Top's got, I could go back to work Friday for a day, and then I get the weekend. Teresa, thanks for saying smash that like. We got 7 people watching. Muffin Top's in work mode, getting some stuff done. I rearranged one of my prepping storage units in our storage room. We moved some stuff around, and I'm getting ready to rearrange my washer and dryer to a different wall and put my furnace downstairs opposed to upstairs, and we're going to expand a bathroom and all kinds of fun shit. But Muffin Top's in remodeling mode. But I I made this shelf bigger, and I got an extra shelf, and I got room on the floor to put totes under it, so it should be super nice for organizing. Muffin Top's ADHD and his OCD, whatever you want to call that, loves seeing things organized, but procrastinates super long until, you know, it gets to the point where I just force myself to do it for a day, and it is that day. So here I am. Pat here, Pat, I sent you a link, my dude. If you see that in Discord, Pat, I'll let you in and we can BS. I got about a 15-minute trip here before I have to haul when I need to into the house. And got a good deal on canned corn and green beans. Bought a couple flats. What's up? Yeah, Teresa B. Yeah, dude, I swear to God, that's an ADHD thing, man. Like, you just put shit off until the least possible moment, and then you find a superpower and you do like 3 extra things on top of what you plan to do. That's pretty much how Muffin Top works, man. I love it at times, and I hate it because, like, until I do that thing, I just sit there all day dreading doing the thing, and then I do it and I feel so much better. I'm like, man, I should have just done it like right away. Pissed myself off. I wasted a couple hours, but that's okay. That's part of it. I caught up. I replay watched a Backwoods video from yesterday. I finished up Wired Tights video. Man, I should have went to bed last night. I ended up listening to Red Dawn and Fish and Dust and DLD and Rip. Oh man, I should have went to bed. Those guys were going at it, talking about high-end guns and stuff, and that's cool, man. Having high-end guns and stuff is cool. And I see both points, like buy once, cry once. I understand that, you know, buying the top of the line thing once, sure. I also see Red Dawns, like, you know, some people can't. I remember a time when I was too poor. I didn't think I could afford an AR-15, and I was really looking at an SKS, and this was back when you could get an SKS for like $350, and an AR was like, I don't know, $800 at the time, something like that, for like the cheap, like a Smith & Wesson or Bushmaster or whatever. And what is this retard doing? God, I hate people on the road. You guys can't drive worth a shit. It's always these Ford trucks. The fucking people that don't do truck shit shouldn't fucking drive a truck. Fucking old man putting around. God, I'm a dick when I'm driving. Yeah, people that drive Fords around here are kind of retarded. It might not be the same for you, but pretty much the people that drive Chevys and Dodges are the country people out here that can actually do shit. And then the people that drive Fords are just like the in-town people that like cut their grass once a week and put it in the back and take it to the dump. Like that's literally how it happens here. Yeah, the Toyota guys are 50-50. A lot of them are military guys, and they have like dune buggy shit load out on it, which is cool. We got some sand hills out here in Nebraska, so they do that. What's up, KP Ethan? How you doing, my dude? You can stack cheap ARs and trade for a good one, and they start stacking up. Yeah, Justin B. That's why I really like my number that I did for the Golden 5. You guys know all the numbers that I usually do is 4 or 10. I think if you have 4 decent ARs, you're probably okay, because that's going to last you forever. And if everybody in your mag does that too, like, maybe you don't need a Geisley Super Duty, but if you had like 4 BCM with an AR with an arrow lower, or like 4 PSA Sabers, I'm not saying like stack the bottom end, but like maybe you get a couple Freedom lowers and then you put a couple parts in them and upgrade bolt carrier groups and things like that to make it as good as it can be, and then you buy a couple Sabers, and then you buy a couple BCMs. But whatever you do, you have them like with the same optic, with the same sling, with the same everything set up. So that way, whoever picks it up, like same vert grip. You guys know I run LPVO with a vert grip and a sling. Like that's Muffin Top's load up. That's what I'm comfortable with. That's what muscle memory I run with. And that's what, in my area, I need a little bit more magnification because we got big ass cornfields and open plains. So a red dot works in the house. Should you be fighting in the house? No, you should have the threat not be entered by your house by then, or notified with your cameras, your different layers of security. So Muffin Top runs an LPVO. It makes sense for my area, and then I can also hunt with it, you know. But yeah, it just depends on like what you're gonna do. Here we go, Pat adding the stage here. Sorry, Pat. I got to talking. Pat on video.
Hey,
How
yo!
you doing over there, buddy?
I'm in front of my computer for once,
Oh, nice.
and I just happen to have a webcam from way, way back in the day.
Yeah. Muffin Top doesn't have a camera.
Well, for some reasons you don't want to show your face. I don't subscribe to that.
I'm just ugly.
If they want to find me, they'll find me.
Yeah. I'm just ugly. I think I told you that in the back chat, but yeah, I don't know. It's not my deal, man. It's not something I'm interested in.
Yeah,
And the next thing is you get people or family that do you at work or whatever. So somebody wants to, if they find you at work or whatever, and somebody doesn't like you or a neighbor doesn't like you, I don't want like somebody fucking like calling CPS or some shit on me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this guy's fucking crazy and he has a kid and blah blah blah, and like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've already been through that. CPS has been to my house like twice when my kids were little. Both times people just like looked around and shook their head, and they're like, "We're just wasting our time." I'm sorry.
Yes.
I was like, yes.
I'd prefer to not do that if I could.
Because they could really mess with your life if they want to.
Yeah, I'd prefer to not have that in my life. So I will take every precaution I can to fuck with that. So, but it is what it is. It's different things in life. Now, my kid was like 12. I probably wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, my youngest is about to turn 22.
Oh yeah, so you're good to go. You're like empty nesting, bro.
No, the two of them still live here.
Yeah.
One of them moved a girlfriend in.
Well, don't kick them out because I think that's what the government kind of set us up. We used to be. We've talked about it, the multi-generational household.
Yeah, I told them I don't care if they stay here forever, but eventually the rent's going to go up.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a responsibility factor. I mean, don't spoon feed them or whatever, but
Yeah,
I think
it's kids do it these days. My oldest son moved out and ended up buying a house, and he's strapped every month.
Yeah, I don't ever want to do that. Like, I was telling you in the back chat, I got stuff set aside for my kid. But I mean, I hurt myself, and all my side gig and all that all year went that way, and installed two, brand new HVAC systems in houses to get it there, and a little bit from the year before, and some taxes and things like that. You know what I'm talking about for my kid, and like I spent time away from my kid. I hurt my body for that, but like, is that going to be better for my kid in the future when I can't do something like that later on? Yeah.
That's one thing I miss about being a mechanic. I used to work for BMW, and I can make more money on side jobs in a week than I did working through the shop. I miss that.
Yeah, side money's no joke, dude. Art's doing a bunch of electrical. I had to go help him on one job because it's too big for him to do by himself. Got to pull wires through a whole barn and shit, which is cool, Which I don't mind helping that guy out because he hooks us up with like horse manure and shit for the garden. So just doing a little bit of hillbilly swapping. Art helps me on shit all the time, lifting shit mostly at my house because I'm broken. So if I can help out, I sure will. Happy New Year, Teresa says. Dino said, screw multi-generational households, multi-generational compounds where it's at. Yeah, no joke, dude. That's the end game, man. I got my eye on 12 acres right now that needs a lot of work, but that would be freaking ideal.
I just about got my wife talked into selling the house and buying something little.
Dude, seriously, it's not a bad idea. Or even if you could buy something like a pivot corner that like had like two houses on it, you know what I mean? Like one for your kids and then like one for you guys. That'd be cool. Or like I like those barn dominiums that have like an overhang on each side. And I always thought like if I was gonna build a house from scratch, I'd like build one of those and put a camper in it until the house was built, so I still had like somewhere to kind of hang my hat at the end of the day.
I kind of loosely have my eye on this one property. It's only about 12 acres, but it's got a multi-unit building on it, like a bunch of different apartments. And there's
Oh,
enough
yeah.
there. I could house all my kids in an apartment and still have 2 apartments to rent. And it's right on
Yeah,
the
that
river.
wouldn't be a bad deal. Or, you know, you get some family member and maybe like 4 people rent 1 or 2 of those from you, and that's where their prepping stash is at, you know?
Yeah. The worst part is there's only a little where the house sits. It's only on a little piece of property. The rest of the acreage is across the road, which is kind of dumb.
So that's kind of weird. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't be terrible for like livestock, though.
Yeah. But I've seen other places that do have multiple buildings on it that could be livable.
Right. Yeah.
If I had the right people, I found a like a resort is out in the Midwest somewhere. It had like 6 log cabins all in a big circle with like a paved cul-de-sac in the middle of all of it, and it was a bunch of acres with it too. That'd be ideal.
Cool.
Live in a little neighborhood with your whole family. That'd be badass.
Yeah, I kind of have like talked to him, and I'm like, man, if we had like just 4 houses here, and then like a barn, so people could come and park their camper or whatever, we could probably make it. I don't know. You know, and then when the old people get going, then the kids move into their house or whatever. Have like one house handicap accessible for like wheelchairs and stuff. So like that'd be like where you die. As long as it's like in a trust, then the care home can't take it to pay for that if they have to go to a care home. If I'm lucky enough, I'll die at my house.
Yeah, you got to have that done. Like there's a certain set amount of time. It's like it's got to be done 5 years before they.
Yeah, I think it's 6. We did that. Yeah, we did that for my father-in-law. So that way, and he's like far from it, but like him and my wife looked at it, and so she's like the financial person in the family for him and all that. So we got that all situated so the bank can't fuck him out of that.
Yeah, my stepdad, he started taking care of an old man down the street that didn't have any family, like not related to him at all, just knew him. The guy's like, I don't have any family left. Can you just like take care of my stuff here towards the end? And he like mowed his grass and bought his groceries and took care of him for a couple of years. And the guy was like, you take care of me so good. And he gave him like 10 grand or something like that. This should take care of all my expenses or whatnot. And it wasn't maybe a year later, he ended up in a home. They made my stepdad give that money back.
What?
And then they made him clean out the house so they could sell it and take the money.
Let's tell them to fucking get off their ass and clean their shit out themselves.
They told him he could have everything in the house, but the proceeds of the sale went to there. And the worst part of it is he wasn't in that home I don't think he was there for 8 months.
Oh my God.
So for 8 months, like I don't know exactly how it worked, but he got screwed.
Yeah.
He said never again. He knows all the old people on the mountain where he lives. And somebody already approached him asking him to do the same for them. And he's like, I'm sorry, I just can't.
Got burned bad last time.
Yeah. And when his dad passed away, it was kind of unexpected. And he had to pay like the inheritance tax. They didn't set it up right on all his dad's stuff. They even knew how many vehicles his dad had. So he had to pay taxes on trucks that was in his dad's name. And my stepdad stored an old restored tractor in his dad's barn, and he had to pay taxes on his own fucking tractor because it was sitting in the barn when his dad passed.
That's kind of fucked. You know, that takes me back to another deal where I think Red Dawn said it. He's like, his grandpa had a brand new Camaro sitting in the garage and wanted to give it to him. And he's like, old people, because he like worked in medical with older people and things like that. And he's like, old people hang on to stuff for so long. And he's like, if you want somebody to have something, you need to give it to them while times are tough. Like people will take fucking anything, and it's kind of a sad deal. But like if you want like one of your kids or something to have your truck or whatever, you got a sports car hanging out or your tractor, or you want them to have your guns or whatever, just give them to them, because it's just going to get messy after you're gone, you know?
Yeah, you got to have your house in a trust and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's really fucked.
Any kind of inheritance, it also needs to be in a trust. That's how rich people do it. That's how they stay rich.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, I think that they kind of made like the city life where it was at and everything like that. I'm gonna see if I can do this and put you in my front pocket here so I can load this shit in the house. Can y'all still hear me all right? Well, probably not all right. But,
it sounds a little distant, but it's still there.
yeah, you're in my pit pocket now. Yeah, I think they
Okay, now it's completely gone. Oh well.
Oh boy. Can you hear me?
Can now.
Okay, I can hear you.
Hey, you got stuff to do, brother. You're gonna do a chat tonight, right?
Yeah, I should probably say fuck it. Yeah, I'm doing a chat tonight, everybody. Check it out.
And gone. Like, share, and sub to Tactical.
Oh yeah, make sure you like, share, and sub to my boy Pat Riot over here. Pat, you should drop your link in my Discord, dude.
So
people can
do that.
like drop it in general, so a whole bunch of people scoop you up. You should drop it in Matt's too, and then Duke's and everybody. You know, everybody helps everybody out. Nobody wants to be like a gate holding dick.
Now that I'm on,
you know, from what I understand, everybody's pretty nice about it, but. Don't you need to have a lot of money for a trust? No, you don't need to have a lot of money, Loretta. You can, like, whatever you have, you have. A trust costs a little bit to fire it up and then get going. But, like, you can do it. Everybody can.
It's all dependent on the lawyer you get, as long as they know what they're doing, because there's revocable trust and non-revocable trust.
Right.
And they got to know.
Yeah, it's like some lawyer fee, and then, like, I think you have to pay. You have to get a couple things notarized and just a couple legal things, but after that, then you're good.
It costs a fraction of what your loved ones will have to pay through what's it called? Probate. When like if you pass away and you want to give your house to somebody, whatever it costs to get that trust done, it's a fraction of what they're going to have to pay.
Right.
It's instant. It doesn't take months or years to go through probate.
Right. Yeah, sometimes the process of a will takes a long fucking time too. Because you got to get everybody lined up in a day that works out so they can all sit down and do like I don't even think they do the old school, oh, we're going to sit down and read this paper. It's like everybody just hops on like a Zoom call now. But you got to get everybody, lined up and shit like that. But yeah, it's a trust is way better than a will. 100%. You can actually make sure your last wishes of what you want done with your shit to your family gets done.
Yeah, and if you do it now, it protects your home. Like if someone tries to sue you, like you don't own your house, so they can't take it. It's owned by a trust.
Yeah, so you get like in a car wreck or whatever, they can't sue you for it. Same thing with like people that do like their whole all their shit in like an LLC, like your own business. It's owned by a business, not by you. So you're not, liable. You get some asshole that like is a professional dude who just sues people and he just goes and hits you or whatever, or slams on his brakes and you rear end them because they're dicks. People do that. They're professional victims. So. You can make sure that you don't get taken for everything you got that way. It's a smart thing to do.
If you're smart, you can have the trust owned by an LLC, and there's certain states where the LLC can be completely anonymous, so there's no way for them to get to your house.
Yeah, it's almost like insurance and everybody being professional criminals these days.
Yeah, there's professional tenants that'll rent a
Yeah.
place for a couple of months and then stop paying. And they know how
Yeah.
to manipulate the system, and they could live in your house for 2 years rent free before you actually get them out. And Muffin's gone. Just me. I promise I won't get your channel struck. I won't start showing firearms, all that stuff. Anyway, like, share, and sub to the Muffin Top. I guess we're doing a chat tonight. Maybe I can jump in on my computer and you can see my beautiful face. If not, my wife might be sleeping, so I'll see you guys. I'm going to leave. I don't know what that's going to do, but see ya.
Bye, everybody.